Welcome to Learner's Planet, our problem solving session 1 of periodic classification of elements. In this session we will be solving few simple questions related to Newland's law of octaves, related to the Mendeleev's periodic table as well as the modern periodic table. So to start with, it's a very simple problem solving sessions, and gradually we'll solve more difficult questions. So let's start with our question session. Yeah, the first question here is, Newland arranged the elements according to their increasing atomic. So what was Newland's criteria? How he arranged the elements? He arranged the elements according to their increasing atomic weights, right? So he arranged them according to their increasing atomic masses. And what he suggested, that every ninth element has the similar property to the first element. That is, after every eighth element, the element has similar property to the first one. Like say if I'm arranging this lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine. So what we have got, how many elements are there? And of course the neon. So now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. After every eighth element, an element comes which has got the similar property to the first one. And these are arranged according to their atomic masses. Right? So this is just like the musical notes, that is sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa again. Okay? So this is just according to the musical notes. This is sa, re, ga, ma, pa, dha, ni, sa. And again sa. Again sa, right? So he arranged it according to their increasing atomic masses. Now second is, according to Mendeleev's periodic law, the physical and chemical properties of the elements are periodic function of their, what according to Mendeleev, what he suggested, that the physical and the chemical properties are the periodic function of their atomic masses. So what he did, he took two criteria, that is, one is the chemical property as well as the atomic masses. So he arranged the elements according to their increasing atomic masses, right? Now let's move to our next question here. It is, how many groups and periods are present in Mendeleev's periodic table? Now when such type of question comes, you have to assume the Mendeleev's modern periodic table. Okay? That is, his original one was modified due to certain drawbacks. Now how many periods and groups were present there, students? Do you remember this? I had discussed this in my theory session. There were 8 groups and how many periods? 7. Right? So up till from 1 to 7 groups there were normal elements, and in the 8th group there were transition elements. And at that time your noble gases were not discovered, so they had no place in the periodic table. Now what is our fourth question? It is, Mendeleev considered the formulae of dash and dash formed by the elements as basic properties of elements for classification. I told you he took some chemical properties also. But what chemical properties? There are so many chemical properties. So he decided 2 of them. So he considered the formulae of the hydroxides and oxides of elements as the basic properties to classify elements. So in order to match this chemical property and the atomic masses, somewhere he did some misarrangements. That is, he placed an atom of higher atomic mass before he placed an element of higher atomic mass before an element of lower atomic mass. Now let's take up our next question. It is dash were not given any position in the Mendeleev's periodic table. So which were not given any position? There were noble gases because they were not discovered at that time. So its answer can be noble gases because they were not discovered, or it can be isotopes. Isotopes were not given any position in the Mendeleev's periodic table. Now students, what does Mendeleev did? He actually arranged the elements according to their atomic masses. Now if he is arranging the elements according to the atomic mass, then isotopes should have been given position in the table. Because what are isotopes? These are the elements with these are different forms of elements with same atomic number but different atomic masses. Say for example, hydrogen, it has 2 isotopes, deuterium with the mass 2, number 1, and tritium with the mass 3, number 1. Right? So they were not given any position in the Mendeleev's periodic table. Now let's take up our next question here. It is, according to Moseley's periodic law, physical and chemical properties of the element are periodic function of their. So what is it according to the Moseley's periodic law? They are the periodic functions of their atomic numbers. Right? So he gave it according to the atomic numbers. After that, Bohr gave his modern periodic law, and which was the physical and chemical properties of an element are the periodic functions of their electronic configuration, and accordingly he arranged the elements in the table, that is a modern periodic table. Now the next question here is, students, it is, in the modern periodic table there are 2 elements in the first period. Is it right? Yes. What are the 2 elements in the first period? They are hydrogen and helium. Now our second option is, now remember, you should not leave it after choosing one option correct. Go for the other options also. It may happen that you have got one or more option correct. There are 18 elements in the third period. Is it? What is the third period? What are the elements of the third period? The elements are sodium, then is your magnesium, sodium, then is your magnesium, then aluminium, then is your silicon, then phosphorus, then comes your sulfur, then chlorine and argon. So how many elements are there in the third period? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So is this option correct? No, it is wrong. Now let's move to the third option, that is the horizontal rows are called groups. Are they? No, the horizontal rows are called what? Periods. Next is the vertical columns are called periods. What are the vertical columns called? They are called groups. Okay. So rest all the options are wrong. Now let's take up our next question here. It is the number of elements in the third period of the periodic table is. Just now we found how much they are. They are 8. In the fourth period, how many elements are there, students? There are 18 in the fourth and the fifth period. How many elements are there? 18 elements. And in the sixth and the seventh period, how many elements are there? There are 32 elements. This is, and in the second period or in the first period, how many elements are there? There are 2 elements. Likewise, in the second and the third period, there are 8 elements. Remember this is very important. Now moving to our next question, it is, what is the first element of third period of the modern periodic table? What is the element? We have just now discussed. It is sodium. Likewise, what is the first element of the fourth period? What is it? It is potassium. This is fourth period. The fifth period is what? Rubidium. The sixth one is cesium. Sixth period, first element. Seventh period, first element is francium. Likewise, what is the last element of third period? What is it? It is argon. Of the fourth period, this is krypton. Of the fifth period is xenon. Of the sixth period is radon. Right? So this is the way you should know the first element of the period and the last element of the period. Start mugging up the periodic table. That's it. These days students have lots of tricks also, those tricky sentences also, with the help of which they can mug up the periodic table. But what I want to tell you is, if you use those tricky sentences, then it will become difficult to actually locate the element, in which period it is or in which group it is. If you can locate that, it's good. So it's better you start mugging up whatever the trick you apply. Now our 10th question is, what is the name of the element which is present in 8th group and 5th period of the modern periodic table? So here I have written the elements. This is the 4th period. Sorry, this is the 3rd period. This is the 3rd period. This is the 4th period, and this is the 5th one. This is the 6th one. right? So which is the element in the fifth period of the periodic table? It is xenon. So what will be the answer of 10th question? It is xenon, right? Now let's take up our next question here. It is elements in the groups of the periodic table have generally the same. What is the similarity in them? So if I am arranging the elements of second group, what are the elements here? Beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. So this is the second period, third period, fourth period, fifth period, sixth and seventh. Now in the second, what we know in the group, what happens that when we move down the group, in every new period, what happens? There is a new shell added in every new period, or every next period also you can say. So in every next period, right? So what will happen to the atomic size? The atomic size will increase. Okay, so this is the wrong option. Second is electronic configuration. So what is happening? What is the configuration of beryllium? It is 2 and 2. Of magnesium, it is 2, 8 and 2. Of calcium, what will be the configuration of calcium? Calcium is belonging to the fourth period and it would be 2, then 8, then how much? 18 and 2, right? So is the configuration same? I'll write the configurations here clearly. 2, 2, there is 2, 8, 2, then is 2, 8, 18, 2, then is 2, again 8, then it would be 32, right? So you remember till here. So we have got other configurations same, electronic configurations no. So this will be also wrong. Number of electrons, just check out, are the number of electrons same? No. Then is number of electrons in the outermost shell of atoms. Yeah, it is same. Say this is for beryllium, it has 2 electrons in the valence shell. Magnesium, 2 electron in the valence shell. Calcium, 2 electron in the valence shell. Likewise, so what happens in a group, students? The number of electrons in the valence shell remains the same. And let's take up our next question here. It is, how many electrons are present in the valence shell of an element belonging to fifth group and fourth period? Right? So what is the element in the fifth group? Fifth group, what all are the elements? They are nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. So this is your second period, this is the third period, this is the fourth period, the fifth and the sixth, right? Now here in the second period, how many elements, how many electrons would be there? There would be 2 and 5, that is equal to 7 electrons. Here it comes out to be 2, 8 and 5. It would be how many electrons? 15 electrons. And the fourth period is what? Arsenic is there, right? So how many electrons would be there? How many elements are there in the fourth period? 18. 2, 8, 18 and 5. The sum comes out to be 33, is it? 18 plus 2 is 20, 20 plus 5 is 25 and plus 8 is 33. So how many electrons, students? It is 33 electrons. Okay. Likewise, it will go on increasing. Now here our next question is, metals are arranged in dash groups in the modern periodic table. Where are the metals arranged? They are arranged in the first and the second groups. So what are the elements here? There are in the first group, so hydrogen, it is a non-metal, which is an exception. Remember, this is an exception. It's a non-metal. Then is lithium, sodium, potassium, rubidium, cesium and francium. In the second period, there are beryllium, magnesium, calcium, strontium, barium and radium. So where are the metals arranged? They are arranged in the first and the second group. Right? So the answer would be first and the second. Our next question here is, non-metals are arranged in dash groups in the modern periodic table. So they are arranged from 3rd A till 7th A and then the 0 group. Okay, so these are the groups where the non-metals are arranged or present. Fine. Now let's take up our next question here. It is, an element X belongs to group 4A and second period of the periodic table. Its atomic number will be, so it is present where? It is present in 4th A group. What are the elements there? The elements are carbon, silicon, germanium, tin and lead. In the second period, what is the element? It is silicon. Silicon is in the third period. Okay, so silicon is present in the third period. This is the second period, the third period, the fourth period, the fifth period and the sixth period. So this is the sixth one. So the element present in the second period, what is the second period, student? It is carbon. And it has the atomic number. How many shells are there? There are second period here. So what will be the number of shells? 2 shells. Fourth group is there. So how many electrons will be there in the outermost shell? 4. So 2 plus 2 and 4. So how many, what is the atomic number? 6. Likewise, silicon is present in third period. How many shells? 3 shells. How many electrons in the valence shell? 4. So 4 is 6. Put 8 in between. So 2, 8, 4. In such a way, you can find out the atomic number. right? And of course, students, the properties are also similar along the group. Now let's take up our next question here. It is, what is the atomic number of the element which belongs to 6th group and 2nd period? So it is belonging to what? It is belonging to 6th group and 2nd period. So what are the elements of the 6th group? They are oxygen, sulfur, selenium, tellurium and polonium. So this is your 2nd period, the 3rd period, the 4th period, the 5th period and the 6th period. So what is the element present here, students? It is oxygen. What would be its electronic configuration as it is present in the 2nd period? It will have how many shells? 2 shells. It is present in the 6th group. So what will be the valence shell electron? What will be the number of valence shell electron? It would be 2 and 6. Likewise, your sulfur, it has 3 shells. As it is present in the 3rd period, what will be the valence shell electron? 6. Selenium, 4 shells. The valence shell electron would be again 6. Right? So this way we can find out the number of electrons as well as the number of valence shell electrons. Okay? I hope you have enjoyed this problem solving session. Now I'll conclude this lecture, students. Now to try to memorize the periodic table, the modern periodic table, because this is very important. This will be helpful to you till your 12th, or if further also you are taking up chemistry, it is going to help you out, right? So thank you, students, for listening patiently. We'll be solving few more questions in our next session. So do try to memorize the periodic table.